Welcome to Crimson Guitars. This is an intro to the PAF 25 build project. Now this project was effectively me seeing if I could build a really good guitar over a 24-hour working period, i.e. 24 hours of work, not in 24 hours. And we didn't quite make it. We ended up at 24 hours and 56 minutes. So an utter failure, and we had to call it the PAF 25, despite what the inlay says. Now, we didn't stint on design. It's a Les Paul type instrument, through neck, book matched, top, chambered body. Halfway through I had to make a fair few new templates for pickups and things because I changed my mind about how I wanted to do it. And that is all in the purview of a custom maker. I think if I decided to go for a standard Telly or Strat type, using standard templates, etc., it's a fairly easy job to do. However, the idea was also to show the basic process behind how I tend to build instruments, and this is one of the most common build types that we undergo. Now, as a tutorial video, this is not perfect. This is 24 hours, 25 hours of build compressed into a 2-hour video, or 15 videos depending on how you want to watch it. However, it does give a very, very good idea of how we go about it, and we will be doing much more in-depth videos on each individual process over the coming years. I hope that you enjoy watching the build, and thank you for being here. Now we're going to start setting up for basically getting all the wood prepped. I've cheated a little bit by selecting some timber beforehand. The top is going to be a book matched chunk of Bubinga because I love it and not enough people order it. And this is the template of our PAF model, patent applied for. It's a little dig at certain large companies who like suing people. It is obviously based on the Les Paul, just slimmer and slightly sexier. Okay, so obviously this is the chunk of wood I want to use, and I need to mark out what we need, leaving just enough room to play, like so. White pencils are always useful on wood. Okay, so that is going to be the book matched top, right there. The body is going to be made out of this chunk of Padouk, which is a rather well-known tone wood. Again, not used very often. It's fairly similar to mahogany in tonal characteristics. I say this loosely because you can really tell with wood. Check how she's going. Now, I said through neck instrument. We're basically going to cut out a one-piece body and then remove the central section where the neck is. It's not the most economical way to do this, but if you're looking at grain and wood, etc., it does tend to look just a little prettier, and prettiness is what counts when you're building a custom guitar. Okay, so that's the body marked out. Okay, we're in the slightly untidy corner, looking for some wood. I'd originally decided to play around with a single piece Bubinga neck, but that offends me slightly. I'm thinking about using this blank, and it's 2 pieces of mahogany with a central bit of wenge. This is left over from the most recent guitar we built, actually. and I love that instrument so much that I think I'm going to use this. Through to the machine shop. Several very important things when building instruments, and those are protective gear and entertainment. Some blues, I think. With a piece of wood this big and heavy, I'm not trying to be gentle. I've got the bandsaw set up with a blade which is about an inch deep, and the teeth per inch is fairly low, so it's literally ripping through this very hard Padouk tonewood. At this stage we're not trying to get the final outline. I'm managing to cut to within about 1 mil, 2 mil of the roughly drawn out template, which is more than close enough. We will then attack this with a router and get our final finish. This is the Bubinga, which is much harder than Padouk. It's got a much closer grain, and that is being cut for the book matched top, and of course the neck. Since recording this, I've invested in a roller support to go behind the bandsaw and the planer thicknesser to support the wood as it goes through. A well set up planer thicknesser is a joy to use, but you have to be absolutely certain of where your hands are at every time. You can see the guard is set up so that only the neck is able to go through, and here it's got just enough clearance for the soon-to-be book-matched Bubinga top. Keep the blades sharp and be aware of your fingers. I know people who have shorter fingers than they should have because of these machines. This is going through the thicknesser section now, and that is just to make sure that I have a uniform piece of wood to work with when I start book matching.